I read an article about a month ago in The Onion that called the discrepancy in wealth between the rich and the poor the eighth world wonder.
आपके घर में कितने आदमी को काला जाता है?
3 आदमी।
3 आदमी। तो उसमें कितना खर्चा लगा था? टोटल जांच फांच से लेकर के इलाज तक कितना खर्चा लगा था?
तो घर ही हमारा 4-5 हजार लाग गलक 3 महीना में 3 महीना।
The biotechnology industry is vastly defined. It includes global technological developments, such as those related to agriculture, as well as those so small they pertain to the microbiology of genetics and illnesses. Biotechnology is defined as any technique or technological application that uses biological systems or living organisms to create or modify products and processes. Regardless of how large or small these advances are, this industry affects all of humanity. One of the most important areas of this industry is advancements in the fields of medicine and healthcare. The products the biotechnology industry is able to produce in this sector have led to major improvements in the global quality of life and provide a fascinating example of how biotechnology affects society.
The ability to create and gain access to patents is a main driving force for competition in this industry. Some of the key players include Johnson & Johnson, Roche, Bristol Myers Squibb, Pfizer, Merck, GlaxoSmithKline, and Sanofi Aventis. Because the industry is heavily based on research and development, an important partnership has arisen between private firms and such public organizations as research institutes and public universities. For this industry, collaboration is integral to success.
The success of the biotechnology industry is contingent on the ability of firms and organizations to share their knowledge while still competing amongst each other. There is inherent irony in this industry in that it is an industry driven by competition and profits. However, its products can better the lives of all of humankind. For an industry that serves humanity's needs, public and private incentives often clash. This challenge has magnified with globalization. The biotechnology industry must find a balance between what is best for the industry and what is best for the well-being of humanity.
In the United States, there's a succession of public policy and government involvement, which dictate much of the biotechnology industry, especially the medical sector. The U.S. government, acting through organizations such as the Food and Drug Administration, oversees products produced by this industry. To place some perspective on how broadly defined those products are, the FDA is responsible for ensuring the safety and effectiveness of products that account for about 20 cents of every dollar spent by American consumers each year, such as the foods we eat and the drugs we take every day.
While domestically these products are readily available, globalization has introduced new marketplaces for companies to expand. With the expansion of this industry, again, we must consider the social responsibilities and implications that go hand in hand.
Getting first world healthcare to third world countries is not easy, and there are both financial and ethical issues that you have to think about when trying to promote health in third world countries.
As the world becomes increasingly global, the challenges the biotechnology industry faced before have become magnified. Unlike many other industries, millions of people without purchasing power could benefit immensely from its products.
We must bridge the gap between serving the capitalist desires which drive this industry and the growing responsibilities of this industry, which have been introduced through globalization. To do so, organizations whose jurisdiction supersedes geographic boundaries must play a role.
As being one of the most powerful first world countries, I would argue that we have the responsibility to set a good example for the rest of the world. I think that example can be set in different ways. It can be set, as we've been doing a lot right now, of just going in and providing the vaccinations or whatever type of medicine you need. But if you really want to set a good example, you have to develop programs, use NGOs that can use grassroots programs that train and educate people in their own countries, in their own environments, and teach them what kind of healthcare they need to become a functional first world society.
In the medical sector, these international organizations are known as global health organizations and have pledged to contribute more than $35 billion towards a solution to the gap in global healthcare.
To give you a sense of the state of the healthcare gap in the world today, every year of the 57 million people who die, 10.5 million are children under 5 years old. Of the under 5s, half of those deaths occur in Africa, and more than 60% of all under 5 deaths are from preventable diseases. Over 70% of all cancer deaths occur in low, middle-income countries, where limited or no resources are available for prevention, diagnosis, and treatment of the disease.
In an effort to create a market for developing world diseases, the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation committed $1.5 billion in 2007 to the first Advanced Market Commitment. This Advanced Market Commitment approach takes a specific disease and provides sponsorship for research and development towards a treatment and a method of global access. This option spurs competition among firms in this industry and guarantees a market in developing countries.
What we want to do is drive the typical 15 to 20 years between when a vaccine is available in the developed world to developing world, drive that down to only a few years or even no delay at all.
Another group with the interests of global healthcare in mind is the Drugs for Neglected Disease Initiative. The goal of this partnership is to bridge the existing R&D gaps in essential drugs for these diseases by initiating and coordinating drug R&D projects in collaboration with the international research community, the public sector, the pharmaceutical industry, and other relevant partners.
I think this change is already coming, and you can't just say it's the public or the private sector's responsibility. It's a shared responsibility. There's plenty of grassroots programs, and I think they're growing because many of them have enormous success of people in their own countries becoming educated and then going out and educating others.
When I started to work on this disease, it was very difficult to get money for this disease. But certainly the focus of attention has shifted. I think today the future is much more bright for this disease than what was there 20 years ago.